Hello, it's Cathy Zilski coming to you from, I don't really have a name for this. I saw something really funny in the earlier chat. I could call it the craft room and office, the croffice. But I don't know. I think that could be misinterpreted. You know what I'm saying? Is it my crawfish? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I think we're just going to say studio. Hello. I'm in my studio. And, well, it looks like you can hear me. I see people popping in. Although, okay, this is a different setup. It might change next week because right now my laptop is far away and I'm like, can I see those comments from here? So, you know, when I'm reading, I can't, I might have to change my glasses here. But it's nice to have you all here. So welcome. This is a new space. Can you hear me? Does it sound decent? I installed some sound tiles today. I have a good friend who does video production and he had a whole case of them, so he brought them by. This is my office. This is where I have worked for 25 years of being self-employed. I used to share this space with my hubby. Kicked the hubby out years ago, because let me tell you, you can't share space with someone else if it's your workspace. That's me. That's just, it got real hard because every time I would leave the office, he'd come in and like get on the computer and start doing stuff and be like, dude. Now, speaking of my husband, I have something to share with all of you today because today I have been in the holy matrimonial state for 31 years. 31 years ago today, I wore a very unseasonable wedding gown. It was a portrait collar, sleeveless. It was 20 degrees. I think it hailed at one point. But I found this picture and hopefully I won't close the live stream. I'm going to be very careful, but I got to show you this. Here is a picture. Let me know if this is showing up for you. Let me know. Can you see those cutie patooties right there? That's me. That's Dan. Minneapolis, 1989 at a friend's house. Some spooky mannequin up over our heads. But yep, that was us. And I was wearing my Florida Gator sweatshirt, no idea. Wasn't a fan, just happened to have it. And there we were smooching on a piano. Oh, does it seem like yesterday? Anyway, I just had to share that because I had texted that to my friend Bethany just to say, you know, this is what we have. We have digital pictures. We like to share them. All right, Dan and Cathy, we're going to say goodbye for now. And we're going to get into the project. So I am definitely going to save time at the end. I've got something special to start with. I don't know if you're going to think it's special, but I think it's special. And so we're going to give it a try. So let's go to the table and see if camera number 1 works. Oh, it does. It does. Okay. We don't have a die cut cam set up today because I am waiting for a piece of equipment that is going to have an arm that's going to be over my Gemini. But just trust me, the Gemini is here, as is the Spellbinders, which I think I will be using today. All right. Hey, Barb, I won't tell anyone. So I can see a few of you. Mindy's here. Missy. I've got Tiffany O'Grady. I've got my Lancashire Lass here. It's good to see you all pop in. So thank you for being here in this new space. Okay. 31 years and you haven't killed him yet. Yeah, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But I do have to make a card because that is our tradition. We let me see here. We don't do gifts. I know some of you might be thinking that kind of sucks, but it doesn't. We just do cards. And I have every single card he has ever given me on our anniversary and other occasions just behind this wall. There's a huge closet that is also someday going to be all my space. And I have all the cards there. And he's a good card writer. So I, forgive him for his shortcomings. Okay. But before we get started, and I want to use these Distress crayons, the pearlescent pigments from the holiday release, right? And this is a die that I designed. Plus, I got a little thing here. But I want to show you something. So I want to talk about the green plates. Now, I always refer to Jennifer McGuire and her video, and I will remember to link it. Now, I don't have my moderator here, so if there is any nasties that show up, I'll try to catch them if I can, but Emma had something going on today. But I want to show you what happens when your plate gets like this, because right now my dies are really sticking. And so here's what you do, okay? You're always going to cut into the same plate. So what I do is I detach it, all right? I'm just cutting the packing tape apart. I have already done that side too. So this plate is spent, okay? Now this plate, look at it. It still looks so straight. Can you believe that? Right? Okay. Oh, yeah, Mindy, shoot. I could have made you a moderator. All right, Mindy, just keep an eye out for pervs because you know they're out there. Okay, I take a brand new plate. Now, these were in stock at Simon. You can also get them from Creative Crafter's Companion. But what I do now is, right, I'm going to take my plate. Doesn't really matter. It does not matter what side. Maybe this time I'll go like this. Okay, take packing tape. I have this lovely product from the post office. Oh, it's going to be loud. Take off a little piece. Let's see if I can get it lined up here. And just tape it together, right? That's all we're going to do. Like that. Hold it in place and go under. Now, you can go on both sides if you want, but I don't. Yes, Diane, let's just have a moment of silence for a well-loved plate. But let's have a moment of joy for Jennifer McGuire. Can we just do that? All right. Because Jennifer, seriously, I don't know where she comes up with her ideas and her tests, but because of Jennifer, so many of us know things that we didn't know before. All right. So this is my new top plate, okay? Now, how will I remember? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go like that and remember. But now you just take what was your old top plate and that becomes your bottom plate. We're going to cut into that every time. And then when this gets done on tape, flip, good to go. All right. So I'm going to set this aside. Like I said, I don't have a Gemini cam today, but let's get started with, I've got to show you another thing. So there's going to be a ton of things that start happening in this room. And one of them is different organization. This is, oh, there's more of my hair. This is something I picked up at IKEA. I shared it in my story, Valeria, that might be a House of the Dragon family name, but it's cool and it fits into my little Michael's cart. This is the smaller one. It's like 9.5 inches by 6 3/4. And they're very cute. And what I am going to be doing is cutting a whole truckload of panels of cardstock. Now you might be surprised to hear this, but I don't pre-cut anything. I always just cut as I go. But now that I'm up here, I think I'm gonna need to have things prepared. So right now, all I have is A2 card panels, 110 Neenah Solar White. I'm also going to, as soon as I get this figured out, I'll share free downloads with you because, you know, you never know who might want them. I just laminated them today and I just don't have enough in here right now, but they are coming. So I'm going to take one piece out and set this, well, where should I set it? I'll just set it in my cart. All right. I bought a cart from Michael's and it's pretty cool. Okay. So let's get ready to rumble. Look at that. It didn't take long at all. Oh my goodness. This is a whole new world. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that I'm learning about how I work. And yeah. Oh, pre-cut paper. Mindy, here's a story. Jennifer McGuire told me, oh yeah, just get your paper pre-cut by someone else. Well, I did that once. I took it to Office Max or Staples. I had an entire ream of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest that I had purchased for like, you know, it's like $50 or something. And they cut the entire thing crooked. I was devastated because this was right as I had just started becoming a card maker. And I'm like, there is no way I will ever trust them again. And so I didn't. But I think I can trust myself. You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm going to, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more here. There we go. Okay. How's the picture quality out there, friends? Because it looks good from here, but you know, I'm live in person. Okay, so I have never used distress crayons. Now, I did play with them a little bit last night because I did need to make sure that I had all the supplies that I needed. So I watched, I watched a few minutes of Tim last night because, you know, he's got enough resources to sink a battleship. And I am going to use these guys. I see question marks from KC in California. What do you got out there? I'm trying. Oh, good picture quality. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, here's my thinking. I don't necessarily want to, you know, no, they did not pay for my paper, Diane. Sorry. And I thought I was going to cry because I was a new card maker and I was like, but I just paid all this money. You know, card making's not for the weak of heart. Okay. I want to make just a very simple, little blend with these crayons. Now, how many of you have used these? Because I know they've been around for a while. I have never used them. And so well, let's see, do you screw them up? Oh yeah. Okay. But I did use a little last night. So, you know, they kind of look like that. And this color is Fresh Balsam. This is one of Tim's holiday exclusives, etc. And what I want to do is just color, and then just use a water brush to kind of blend them together, okay? Also, want to welcome everyone who's joining me. This is my first live from the Croffice. I don't know. We don't know what we're going to call it, but it's literally my office, and I don't even have to tell my son to be quiet. So this is all good. All right. I need to color. And so let's just get started. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to use these, but I will tell you this. They have a pearlescence to them. And I think that's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to give myself enough space. I don't even think I need this much, but let's see. Crayon goes on glass mat. Now here's a question for you. I work on this black mat, right? And I love it. It's from Ulta New. This not the one underneath. And I love this too. But glass mats are interesting. I've thought about it. But one of the things that I have issues with on glass mats is things slide. And when they slide, my wrists don't like it. Like, it's weird. I've found myself, because I've worked on one of Tim's mats before, but I just kind of had issues. And so, I typically don't. All right. I might need a little more green here. Well, no, let's just see. Okay. This paper, by the way, is the 110-pound Neenah Solar White. I could have done this on heavy stock. In fact, yeah, no, I did another project on heavy stock. Okay. The new watercolor pencils. Yes, I have those behind me here. I brought them upstairs because I think it's pretty. Oh, and Fern, if the picture is blurry, check your settings on the lower right side. There's a settings gear. You can right click on it, drop it down, and it will give you the option to choose a higher stream. That is an internet issue. Oh, yeah, I could have used the sticky mat. Oh, use the sticky mat on the glass with the magnets. Okay. I'm going to get my pen going here just with some water. And really, I'm just going to kind of wash this out a bit. Just kind of, oh, there's some bubbles. Just kind of wash it, soften it. But I want to have some overlap funkiness here like that. Ooh, that looks good. And I'm kind of squeezing out a little water as I go, right? Ooh, I like that in the middle actually a lot. And, this paper, this might have been nicer to do on Tim's Distress watercolor paper, but you know what? Sometimes you just go with what you have because you can, right? Just going to do that like that. Just like that. That's it. Well, no, that is it. That's all I want to do because I want it to look a little stripey and kind of cool like that. All right, squeeze and clean. Ricky, you're here. Hi, Ricky. Ricky, I'm in my new space. I don't know what you think about this, but it's pretty exciting. Okay, I am Studio plus Boop, the Boopio. I don't know if I would ever live that down, but I do like it. Barb, you get points for crafty. Silver Granny, is it a wax crayon? You know what? That's a good question. Does anyone out there know? Because I don't know. Hey, Bobby's here too. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, I don't know. So that's my answer to that. But we'll set them aside. And oh yeah, we have plenty of room for the die. I brought this upstairs too. I now have a place to hang both of my heat tools, and they're both plugged in at the same time. Which, I'm sorry. I just have to tell you, I didn't have a place to plug them in. There are no plugins in an old dining room. All right, we're gonna go back. Okay, let's just kind of, the C-zone. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on and let's dry this. Oh, I do love the quiet peacefulness of the sound of this thing. And I really do only use this for things like this to dry, right? But it's nice. Like I don't regret this purchase. I don't really regret any craft purchases, if I'm being honest. Yeah, there are more outlets in here, and there is actually an outlet on the wall. I don't know why, but it has come in extremely handy in setting up this new space. So let's just, we're just gonna dry it. Oh, thank you, Natalie. The shirt that I have on, I think it's gotta be Old Navy. It's gotta be a summer Old Navy. And because I only film from the shoulder blades up, you don't have to wear a bra. Now, if I'm going out tonight, oh, I didn't even tell you guys, I am going out tonight. Dan and I are going to the Mancini's in St. Paul, classic chop house. It looks like a scene out of Goodfellas, and we reserved a sexy booth, and we're gonna have steak. I'm gonna drink some wine, which I really haven't been doing lately because I'm trying to make better snack choices, and wine really throws that one out the window. But yeah, we're going to have our little classic. But this thing works great, and this mat is great because nothing warps. Okay, hey Carla, good to see you here. Got your beautiful card in the mail. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna pop you down for now. I think this is dry enough. Now, let's see if we can get the light to catch. It's a little tricky, right? There's a pearlescence. There it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, Vicky, I am leaving my house again. Isn't that crazy? I went to IKEA. That was the most exciting thing I did last week. And then we're going out. We don't go out a lot to begin with. We never have. We like to cook. I like to cook, and we're homebodies. And I love that. So, so that's how it goes. Okay, this is the crop I want to take for my card. All right, and this feels nice and dry. So here's the thing: you don't necessarily have to have a specialty cardstock to do mediums other than just ink blending. You don't. And so just use your heaviest cardstock and see what happens. All right, I'm going to grab my plates here and let's see if I can remember what I just told you. This is my new top plate. Yes, indeed. And this is my new bottom plate. So pop this on, take the new top plate, and then it'll be real easy to see. I'm going to go ahead and run this through the die cut machine. Yes, I am not a vegetarian. I don't eat meat all the time. I definitely do enjoy it when I do, but is there anyone here from St. Paul or that knows about Mancini's? Forbush family? Yeah, let me just wave again. Hi, I'm in a different room. Okay, gonna go back. If you know about Mancini's, let me know. It is the best. In fact, this is appropriate because my hubby and I had our anniversary dinner all those years ago at Mancini's. Let me grab my Gina K tool. So these are so cute, right? Because one side is the wax and one side is the pointy tool. And if you have something that you need to pop out, the pointy tool, which is not really sharp, okay? So it does not hurt. Oh, Mindy, you've heard of it. Mancini's it is a St. Paul classic. Now, this is very pretty, but not, well, I think it looks great. Okay, so this is the message I am sending to Dan in my card. One thing about the cards that you should know, they do have to be involved, and the involvement comes within the message that we write to one another. So it's usually a time to be heartfelt, I guess. Who knows? Heartfelt. See, now this is so great because now I know this is the plate to cut into. Love you. Okay. So, because I wasn't sure how things were going to roll today, and let me, I've got like things here. Hold on. I got a little recycling bucket that I'm just sliding stuff right into. That is so great. Okay. I did some pre-cutting, okay? I did some pre-cutting. Very excited about this. So, let's grab 1 and 2. So, I'm going to do this for some dimension. And you know what? I feel like I'm just going to use liquid glue for this because, oh yeah, Darcy, you should go. You should go to Mancini's. I mean, it's just an old school chop house. But the thing that I love about Mancini's is you can eat in the bar. And to be honest with you, the bar is way more fun because it's these ginormous booths. It's very dark. It's just a very chill environment. Now, a lot of times I would just spray right now, but I don't feel like spraying. It's funny how now that I'm up in this space, I'm afraid to use spray glue. But downstairs in the dining room, it's like, I don't care. Spray glue can go everywhere. Don't tell my husband I said that. Although he did say, he said, Kath, you don't have to clear everything out. What are we going to do down here? I'm like, well, that's a really good point. Barb, I did bring that box up and I did use it in a video that I'll be sharing on Friday, which is my homage to Mr. Tim Holtz. And it worked fine, to be honest. It worked fine. I just would not do it on camera because I think it would be way too close to my work computer, which sits to the right of me. All right, let's just glue this. And I feel like it's going to ooze. That's the one thing I love about the liquid glue, right? It doesn't ooze, but maybe if I'm gentle. Now we're just, see, that's where the glue starts to come out. We're just, let's do that. Lovely. We're just building up some dimension, right? And, just a little, let's talk typography because, the other day, or I have a video coming. Yeah, I have a video coming Friday where I always like to talk a little bit about typography, but this is a sans serif font. And the reason we call it sans serif is because the tops and ends of the letter forms are just flat. The letters themselves are equal in the weight. There's no thick and thin. And that is the classic marker of a sans serif font. So, yeah, you never know. You know what I do need? Let me grab a brick. Okay. One thing that I think I'm going to do, I will do a whole tour once this space is put together, and it's going to take a while. As long as I can still be here and, share crafty content with all of you. As it grows, it can grow slowly and I can add pieces. Mostly it's just logistics. Like, do I have enough space to do all the things I want to do? Maybe. Also, some of you, what is it called if it's not a sans serif? It is called a serif. But then within those categories of typography, there's so many other subcategories. It kind of gets a little mind-boggling because then you have your italic fonts. You have what are a category known as display, which tend to be more decorative typefaces. And yes, thank you, Not Afraid of Color. Sans is just without. Sans serif. Okay, let's glue our pretty layer onto that layer like that. And this is nice. This is nice because you can wiggle. Oh, I love doing this. I wish I had known about this as a scrapbooker, right? Because dimension is life. I mean, it's not just something Laura Basson is, you know, banding about. It's just super nice. And now I can really see the sheen. Oh, now will Dan notice the sheen? No. Is that okay? Yeah, it's totally fine. So, press. Okay, now I do have a shadow layer. I feel like I'm going to use it because I think it's needed. So let's just do it. Let's make a well, do I want to? Yeah. You know what? Before we commit to shadow layer, let's set this aside. And I'm going to show you what I think I want to do next. So set you aside. Put my little corsage pin. Thank you, Carla Bostic. Now that I know it came from you as a gift. See, I learn. Okay. How's everyone doing out there? Doing okay? I'm going to set you. Oh, that was a little loud. Sorry about that. Now, let's get out my Spellbinders. Oh, come here now. Are you going to come? Okay. I'm going to bring this up here. Oh, also, this is the, this is my, what do you call it? The tonic grip mat. Oh, slab serif is actually something that I will be talking about in my Friday video, and that is fonts that look like, well, I'll show you. Hold on just a second. Let me zoom out here a little. We have a little more space. There we go. A slab serif looks like this. So this font that I use a ton in my designs and creations is a slab serif. Slab serifs are letter forms that have flat, squarish serifs. So slab, like I guess that's the best way I could describe it. Whereas something like that is a script bordering on a display because it's a little funky, right? It's a little funky. And then that right there is a serif. Now, all of these, all sans serif, right? In fact, all of the subgreetings that I put into every one of my sets are slab serif. Diane, I just saw a video. Diane's asking if they're the same as gelatos. Tim did a comparison video. You know what? This is where normally I would tell Emma to remind me. I'm going to open up a note on my other computer to share that video, Diane, because it was very cool to see. Hold on here. Let's open a note. New. Tim's video on gelato versus crayon. It was cool. He did a side-by-side comparison, and I thought it was great. Hey, Stardust Memories. Nice to have you here. Oh, Barb, have you never seen the videos that I've shared after my lives are done and it just looks like a bomb went off? And yeah, it's a little wacky. Okay, I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock from the bin. And for this one, I actually think I need to trim it down. So let me see here. Moving you. See, before I had a ginormous table to work on, and now I don't. And yeah, thank you, Mary, right? You're not even going to be able to handle what's coming at you. This is goodness. Oh, did I bring my plates up? Oh, no. I think I did. Okay, let's pop this here, because what I'm going to do is I am going to create a panel for an embossed background. Now, I've used this before. I think it's called Circle something. Yeah, Barb, I'll show you. It's not going to look as bad, though, because right now I feel like everything is organized better than it has been in a while. All right, I do have another plate up here. Good. Okay. Rolling back here. All right. So there we go. How's everyone doing out there? Again, welcome. I am live in my new studio, and so far, I'm not even that sweaty. So that's good. Okay. Okay. I need to trim this a little bit because I feel like it might be a little, just a little too big. And you know me, I like to have a little bit of margin, but I definitely want to trim this before. So let's pick you up. Well, okay, I'm going to put this on the floor for a second. Okay. This is where it would be nice to have more room, but I'm telling you, the lack of shake, it's going to be good. All right, let's go ahead and cut this to one of my favorite sizes, 3 3/4 by 5. Because I think, oh yeah, that'll be good. I want it to be a portrait card, mostly because I didn't bring up any cardstock that was cut the other way. So we're committed. We're committed. All right. Scraps and now see, normally if I was on my other place, the whole table would have vibrated for about 30 seconds until it was time. But here we go. Okay. Now, here's the sandwich for 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders. These are the universal plates, right? These are the ones that go with anything, I guess. They're just expanded. Do you need them? No. Are they fun to work with? I absolutely love them. So, how to do a 3D embossing. Let's just pull it out here so I remember. So, you're going to use platform base A, 3D embossing folder with paper inside, and adapter plate D. Oh, did I bring? Well, let's go look. We're rolling the dice. I think I did. I think I brought all my plates up. Is that D? Yes, it is. This is a great day for me right now. Okay, here we go. So, I want to get this pattern kind of cool and, come on. Hey, Lori Spicer, I got your card too, and it was beautiful. Thank you so much. I go to my P.O. box like once a week, and thank you. Your card was in there, and yeah, I love getting cards. It's so fun. Okay, we're just gonna kind of center it, like, let me see. Let me see if I can kind of get that pattern where I want it to be. It's probably fine. As long as it's straight, I think. Oh yeah, Dan's not gonna look at this and be like, honey, can you redo that? Because he knows better than that. Okay, platform A, 3D embossing with paper, and the adapter plate, let's just confirm, D. Yep, all right, here we go. Hold D, get D in there. And let's see, here we go. We're going through. It's got lots of pressure, but not too much pressure. This is so exciting. I have to say, I am a huge fan. There we go. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Huge fan of the Spellbinders 3D folders. They sent me about 6, and I have used a lot of them. And wow, I just really, really like them. So, are we ready for our reveal? And maybe we should try not to kill the live stream, but zoom in a bit. Okay, let's go. There we go. Okay. Deboss. And what? It's so beautiful. I love it. Even though I got a little bit carried away there, maybe I could flip it that way. Isn't that nice? Look at all that texture. I mean, that is a poppin' piece of paper. And the cool thing is, it's going to look great as a background because, I am a fan of the tone on tone. Now, I do not have other pieces of cardstock up here to play with. So we're kind of stuck with what we have. All right, I'm going to fling you on the floor. There's going to be a lot of things flying behind me because, all right, I think I'm as zoomed in as I can be. So let's get some, cardstock for the note card. Now, it could have been cool to put this on a blue, but I didn't pull one because, I didn't plan ahead. And I thought, if Dan knows anything about me, he knows that I am a tone on tone girl, right? I'm not going to do anything that's not tone on tone. So let's go ahead and score this puppy. I know the reverse side is cool. I mean, you can go deboss, you can go emboss, whatever you're feeling. Whatever floats your boat, that's what you got to do. You got to do what feels right. As long as it's legal, we're totally good with that. Melissa, great question. Melissa wants to know, do I worry that having my supplies in 2 different places will limit my creativity? No, I don't. The best upside is that I could use a few more steps in my day. So it's, like I said, it's a work in progress. Now, this transition only happened last week, and there's still a lot that needs to sort out. Like, I'm trying to decide, do I want to go with a ginormous calyx unit, you know, and have that? Do I, oh, sorry, it's my die cut machine. You know, there's just a lot of things. For example, just popping in here, see, I get shinier. See the behind me? I put a bunch of craft supplies back there because I wanted to have my Simon inks ready to roll. I've got all my Copic markers there, some of my blender brushes. Now the cabinet itself, that's full of nail polish. We ain't touching that because those are my babies in there. So, but over to this side, that is where some things could be happening. Like I may put a new table in there with calyx units under, or with calyx underneath, and then have a place to have another table basically, because I think I could use that. Also, the closet in this old house runs the length of the wall behind me. The potential there is crazy for storage and stamp storage. So many things. So we're, you know, it's a process, and I tell you, I've really enjoyed the week and a half that I've been up here. Although, oh, hey, Mari, I see you there. Yeah, see, and like my hubby said, honey, you like steps, right? And I'm like, well, I guess I do. It's just going to evolve. So I moved a bunch of stuff on one day, right? Got my laptop set up, moved my main work computer over to the side desk because my desk is an L shape, and went to bed that night. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? Why did I do this? This is terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever done. That is basically what I've done my entire life in the middle of the night. I do have generalized anxiety, have my whole life, and that's what happened. And I woke up and I said to my husband, I don't think it's going to work. And he's like, okay, because he knows, right? He knows that, yeah, Cathy can get a little dramatic sometimes. So, yeah, we're definitely gluing that. Anyway, I don't know why I felt that way. I just felt like, yeah, it wasn't going to work. And then I realized, you know what? Calm down. It's going to work. And if it doesn't work, you'll go back to the dining room, which is, you know, which is nice. But I do have a side, there's like these little IKEA credenzas off to my side. And this is what I did. I remodeled. I added furniture to this room where I'm at, right? Let's see, 2005. And it's been great for years. So if I replace some of this, I feel like I've gotten my use out of it. And I saw Rhonda ask, I thought you had talked yourself into staying in the dining room. Well, here's the thing. I did until the last 2 live streams were completely pixelated at times. And I know it might not bother all of you, but it bothers me. And, you know, I care about giving you good quality video feeds and things that you can rely on. And I may not be perfect in the card crafting, but I like to aspire to have the best tech that I can, to have tables that don't shake like crazy every time I do something. And so I just decided I'm going to try this. And I'm so glad that I'm trying it, because even right now, here's the other part of the story. Where's my tweezers? My husband is a school teacher. Wait, I stopped? I'm not streaming? I'm sorry, am I still live out there? I just saw CZ says you stopped, and I'm not sure what that means. Is there still an internet? Huh. It might be you, Gina. Can everybody see me? Sorry. Or not, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm hardwired. Please, please help me. Tell me that you can see what I'm doing. Thank you. Well, I just lost my train of thought. See, that is the one thing that can happen during a live stream. You lose your train of thought. Yeah, I just got tired of the shaky. I am live and alive. Thank you so much. And Kathleen, if I'm live in Melbourne, it's all that matters. Thank you very much. Love it. Okay, we are adding this friend. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mari. See, Mari, this makes me happy because now I know that when I teach for various places like, well, I mostly teach for Scrapbook and Cards Today, and I teach for Concord and Ninth, which has been such a treat. Now I know that when we're live, I'm gonna have something reliable. Okay. See how nice this is with the shadow layer? Okay. I hope Dan appreciates this. You know what I'll do? I'll find a really beautiful blue card. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. And how about if we just use foam tape? By the way, look at my big mama roll. It's getting down. Oh, Mari, I am happy to share any info with my fellow content creators. That goes for anyone out there who, you know, if you want some help or anything, you can always email me, and I'm happy to share my setup. You know, a lot of what I've done is a little ham-handed at times, and oh, thank you. Okay, Deborah. Okay, here's the other part of the story. My husband is a school teacher. He is in his 6th year. He was in the coffee business for 30 years, and then he wanted to do something more meaningful with his life. I think he was born to be an elementary school teacher. He is the type of teacher I wish that all kids had. He's the kind of teacher I actually had in the 5th grade. I had a male 5th grade teacher who literally ignited my passion for writing and creativity, and he's since passed on to the great unknown realm above, but he had an impact on me, and I think that is the kind of teacher Dan is. However, that doesn't mean it's fun having him home in the summer. Oh, coffee, as in caffeinated, high-power beans. He worked for a company called Espresso Royale Cafe, which is based in Michigan. And anyway, he's home in the summer. And you know what? He's easy, right? He'll get out of my way. It's not that. It's just with my son being home from college now, because he did finish, he's almost done. He's got a few more credits, but he's going to finish them at the U here in the Twin Cities. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Okay. It's a bit much to try to, hold on, I need a little break. Whew. Okay. It's a bit much to manage the whole hubby being home, me trying to record live vocals, because that's the other thing too. I like to record live vocals even when I'm not live, because it's more genuine, it's more authentic for me and who I am. So now I don't have to worry about him being in my way. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I pulled out this stamp set. The reason I showed you this early, oh gosh, Casey in California, don't say that. But here's the thing, Dan, I think because he is only in his 6th year, I think he's going to be teaching as long as he possibly can because he loves his students. So that's why I need the room. Okay. So this little set, I don't know, I kind of want to do, because it's our anniversary, I'm going to do Love You for Like Ever. Because all the other ones, I mean, Love You like Netflix. I mean, I do like Netflix. I really do. Like craft supplies, I guess he would get that. You know, but I think for Like Ever, I'm going to do that. Because we keep these cards sentimental. So I want to show you something. Oh, I might get to die cut a little more. How am I doing on time? I'm not too worried about time today because I said to myself, I says, I love when people do that. I'm just going to take as much time as I need. Okay. This is a packet of assorted card fronts. You know what else? I got to add that too. I'm just going to put a note real quick in my little notes file here. Assorted card fronts. Okay, this is so great having two computers. Okay, love you until summer break, exactly. I bought this pack because I felt like I didn't have all of the Simon Says stamp colors. And what's nice about a assorted card pack is you can try out papers if you haven't, and it gives you, you know, look at that beautiful rainbow, just a little. So what I thought was, let's just take a look and see what could look good with this this friend, because I think a subgreen, no. Here's the thing with blues. If you no, if you're no, if you're off, oh baby, that could be a subgreening. That's actually pretty close. Well, what do you think? That's pretty close. Although what I usually prefer to do, to be honest with you, is, well, I don't know if I like that either. I may have to go with black. Let's get these in order. This is a beautiful collection, but maybe I will go with that blue because that just kind of jumped out at me. And we're getting into other colors, but isn't this nice? It's just a nice, if you've ever wanted to try some of the Simon colors. Also, the black is my favorite black cardstock, and the grays, ooh, they're so nice. Fog, smoke, and slate. Oh, great colors. Oh, green too. You know what, Gina? I didn't even think of green. Let's see. Let's see the shades, because I think this is green apple. Oh, that's brighter and cheerier. Or that's some sort of grassy color. You know, I'm looking at your colors, or I'm looking at your comments that are colorful and beautiful to me. It is a pretty blue. I might not use it. I might not use it at all. Let's just go ahead, and I'm gonna save these. And so I'm gonna cut this. Where's my baby trimmer? Come here, little guy. I have my baby trimmer in a very awkward place. This is not gonna work for the future. I just wanna cut a little bit so that I don't use all of this cardstock. And we'll just do that. We'll just take a little off like that. Okay, I can put that back, put you here, and let's just stamp a little greeting. And I think, what do I need now? This is where I have to think. See, in the old setup, I had everything where I needed it, but I need my Versamark pad. I need some embossing powder. Let's see, what do I have here? Can I show you this? This little friend. I have this little tray. And I put a rotator on it, and it has my embossing powders. I think I'll do Brutus Monroe Alabaster. And in the old setup, it vibrated so badly that I couldn't keep it anywhere near me while I was working. So, you know, live and learn. Okay, we have these things, and we're going to take For Like Ever. And powder tool. I have my powder tool. It's called, is this called Blue Denim? Okay, well, we're gonna take this and we're just gonna put it anywhere because it doesn't matter. No, that says for always. What am I doing? I'm grabbing the, should I do two? I will. You know why? Because what if I want a smaller greeting? Okay, I'm gonna do both. Always do a backup. Yes, I have my powder tool. That one I remembered to bring up. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna get out of this without me having to sprint down to the dining room. All right, come on now. For Like Ever and for always. Okay, do I have my Debbie tool? I do. There we go. Picking it up. Let's take our, this is my Tailored Expressions powder tool, but you know, you've seen a lot of them. There's one from Rabbit Hole. There's the classic powder bag, right? I love the classic powder bag. We're just powdering it up to remove static and oil with the hope that this will stamp ink and powder will only stick to where you put it. All right, I need my piece of paper. This is good. Like in my mind, I think after this live, I'm just gonna kind of review it and see like what could have been in a better position, you know? And that's what we'll know we'll know soon enough. But I do appreciate you all for being here because, you know, your time is valuable and I appreciate you. And, well, thank you. Okay, I'm not going to put a ton of pressure on this because they are little greetings. So we'll just kind of hold it there, let it transfer. And what I love about having darker cardstock as opposed to, well, lighter cardstock is that you can actually see what you just stamped, and that looks great. Let me pull this from where it's been hiding. Let's wipe you down for now. Okay, tuck and back in there. So far, so good, my crafty friends. Okay, get my little emboss this, okay, and I'm going to move you back to that place. I also have a little, what is it called? I have a little rolling cart from IKEA. It's not really a cart, but I have it under my desk, and it's kind of nice to have, you know, something to keep things on. That's where I'm hanging my embossing tools. So this is very exciting. I mean, this is, you know, if I don't win an Emmy for this, I don't know what's going to happen. No, it's really exciting stuff. Okay. Let's sprinkle on our powder like that. Let it sit. And, oh, it's gonna, well, that looks really, we may end up, this is, oh my gosh. Okay, getting a little aggressive there. Actually, it's very powdery up top. Let's funnel. Like that. Put you away and grab my little Swiffer cloth. Hello, Amanda Panda. Nice to see you. Hey, Mari, thank you so much for being here, and you go enjoy your life. Okay, I'm going to take a brush here and just, this is my little angled shader. I hope I have these linked, but I will update my links after the video. I'll do my best, but Dan and I do have reservations. We're going out early. Well, I mean, not that early. He has a conference at 5, and then our reservation is at 6:30, and our goal is always to be asleep by 9:15. Well, that's his. I stay up a lot later because I got TV to watch. You know what I mean? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, let's get our other heat tool hanging on its new perch. Oh, this is so great. Everything reaches. I'm going to melt this. Oh. Quick and easy. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you so much, Cindy. That is so kind. Look, doesn't that look good? Super chat. Just want to say thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you. All right. Okay. Now, there we go. It's so delicate, and yeah, if you get frustrated with your stamping, you know, sometimes it just takes some practice. I never stamped in my scrapbook years because stamping to me was literally just horrible. Like every time I stamped, it was a mess. And so I totally get it when you get frustrated, but just keep practicing because you will get, you know, you're going to get better. All right. I am going to grab my dies from my bin, from my little trusty cart. And let's go ahead and let's cut these out. Love you for always. That actually reminds me a little too much of the love you forever, love you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. So here's what I'm going to do. I do like to cut my greetings apart when I run things through the die cut machine. I think I'm going to use For Like Ever because that is more of a me and Dan kind of greeting. I will tape these down. I don't think my head's going to get in the way. Also, I am going to be buying another camera at some point. I'm going to buy a dedicated overhead video camera, because you may or may not know this. Maybe you know this because you can see it in some of the shots, but I film with an iPhone. I have always filmed with an iPhone, which is crazy, but they really are great quality, right? And you don't need the fanciest of the fancy to film a video. All right, I taped it down and now I can't get it up. Hold on. Let's pick you up. There we go. Okay, now I'll pop this onto my plate. Like to angle it, right? Because we don't want that to go through nice and flat. Yeah, what is everyone watching? Because, you know, I'll tell you, I am rewatching What We Do in the Shadows, because I truly believe it is the funniest comedy on television. Emma! You are here. Okay. The Watcher. I've heard that. I've heard about it. But I'm telling you, the What We Do in the Shadows it's a Randy show. Oh my gosh, it's funny though. Okay, sometimes with this plate setup though, you just want to make sure you kind of loosen, because see it, you know, it makes an impression. It makes a mark. I love vampires, and I love Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, who are the makers, and the original film is also hilarious, but what they have done with their TV series, I think, is way better than the movie even. Like, it's just, the actors are brilliant. They're so funny, and yeah, it's a soothing balm. Okay. Oh, The Witcher. That's another one that I've had on my list. And we shall see. Now, where did I put my little trimmer? See, this is it. I got to figure this out. Let's bring in the baby. Oh, I have another super chat. Oh, let's see. I missed that. I'm going back. Suzanne, thank you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Suzanne, I really appreciate that. That is very kind. Thanks for letting me know that. Sometimes when I get in my zone, I don't look up, and I need to look up more. Also, I wonder if I can make my comments bigger, because you know what? Granny's eyes here aren't what they used to be. We'll see. Let's go ahead and cut this just a little there. I love trimming my sentiments like this, because you just line up your letter, right, using the guard, cut. Oh, I think this blue was a good choice. Don't you? Oh, Stephanie Maddock, the paper is from Simon Says Stamp, and I will add that to the description supplies after the video. Where's my adhesive drawer? Oh, that's gonna have to move. Yeah, I moved my adhesive station into a drawer, and it's way too far away. Okay. Yes, it's a multi-pack from Simon Says Stamp. You get to see every one of, well, I think it's all of them. I don't know for sure. I should know that, because I work as a product designer. These are things I should know. But let's get our scissors again. Oh my gosh, Flightless Fairy, Flight of the Conchords changed my life. And specifically, I remember the first time I saw Business Time. To this day, Dan and I still make jokes about it. Like, he got a new shirt from his school, from his work, and so he's like, "It's my new work shirt," because you know that song Business Time, when he's like, "And you're in your new work shirt and you look sexy." I'm doing a terrible accent, but yes. Oh, I think this is gonna work. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna boop this up, because you know it's Dan. He's gonna lose this. He'll make the sequins fall off somehow, and you know nobody wants that, right? Oh, I'm loving it. I am loving it though. And then as soon as I'm done, I have to write inside of it. Taika is amazing. Johanna, I love. Have any of you seen his new show on HBO called Our Flag Means Death? It is so delightful. And I absolutely love it. I love Reese. Reese Darby? Is that so good? Oh, and Elizabeth. We just finished watching The IT Crowd. We had never seen it. I am so sad that it's over. We laughed so hard. I seriously, like, I don't know if I've laughed that hard. At first, I didn't know if I would like it because I'm like, well, is this really my show? And by the way, the reason I'm doing this one first is so I can figure out the placement of the other things. So we're just going to drop this here. Where's my ruler? Oh, that's close too. Absolutely love the IT Crowd. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. If you like British comedy, if you like, oh my gosh, the actors. Why can't I think of their names? Richard, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Arai, and that other dude, the Irish dude. So funny. So funny. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hasn't been a lot of singing today. But yes, our Chris O'Dowd, thank you. Chris O'Dowd. I mean, he is just, oh gosh, I just love that show so much. Yep. And now my husband and I are watching Abbott Elementary and loving it. Okay. I don't know how many of you are watching Abbott Elementary, but I think it is brilliant. My husband absolutely adores it because he's like, there's so much of it that is Richard Ayoade. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, but hey, Twyla, nice to see you here. Okay, let's pop this down. Again, I want to have the side to side equal visually and pop. Okay. Oh my goodness. We are not booping for the hubby, but that is our finished card project. So simple, right? A little tone on tone texture. Love you for like ever. And that's a good message to give to someone you've been with 34 years. I mean, we've been married, well, 31. I guess we've been together 33. And then, of course, inside, I will take my tape out. And all I will do is fill this and the backside with whatever thoughts I want to share with him on this day. And, you know, it just depends. It's like nobody has perfect marriage, right? If you think that people do, that's great. I think everybody has what they have, and relationships are work, and they're also pretty awesome. And they aren't for everyone either. So, you know, it's just, I'm grateful that I still like the person that I live with and that he likes my TV shows. All right, so let's see if we can zoom in here. Now, where's this camera? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm as zoomed in as I can be. So here, I'll try to make this look pretty. Oh my gosh, we did it, and I'm not even that sweaty. Let me see. How do I make comments bigger? Can I make that bigger? I don't think well, okay, we're going there. There we go. I got them a little bigger. Yes, now I can see. I can read what you're saying. Bring on the mushiness. You know, I probably will. I mean, the thing is that my hubby and I, we've worked at things. We've worked on ourselves. And who knew that when we started working with a therapist 12 years ago, and it was more about who are you and how are you going to improve the way you are in this relationship and what you bring to every part of your life. And little shout out to my therapist, Donna Morgan. Donna, I know you don't watch my channel, but I talk about my work with her, and I've learned a lot from her about how to be in the world, and still learning. We're all a work in progress. All a work in progress. I do plan to get mildly buzzed tonight because I have not had any wine in a long time. And yeah, I agree, Flightless Fairy, it's not. Let's see, Lindsay. You know, I haven't really done much on envelopes. I have to think about that. I'll think about that. Yeah. Closing that out. Yeah, I like the idea that, you know, marriage is a work, right? It's something you do, and I do believe it's not for everyone, and I honor my friends who, you know, for them it didn't work out. And although I did get a text from my daughter this morning, a group text, and she's like, "Thanks for staying together." Like, well, we did the best we could, but if it wouldn't have been good, we wouldn't have done it. You know, we know. Oh, favorite wine? Honestly, I am so low maintenance. Buy me a bottle of Menage a Trois house blend. I'll follow you anywhere. I'm not fussy. $7.99 at Target. Well, sometimes it's a little more at Target, but yeah, I like cheap red wine. I don't like super fancy. Although if someone has a super fancy wine for me, well, you know what? I'm not going to say no. But by and large, I've kind of taken a little break because I just want to be a little healthier. My weight's kind of crept up and my blood pressure's kind of crept up, and we gotta bring those things down. Gotta be healthy. So yes. Oh, Stella Rosa. I've heard of that too. 32 years for Adelaida. Yes. 47 years. Wow. Yeah. Silver Granny. Oh, my parents just celebrated 67 or 68. Now, that takes some commitment. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, 67. My parents are both 88. 88? Did they just turn 88? Crazy. And living in their own house and go for walks every day at the mall, and they're just go-getters. So they definitely have inspired me for sure. And Natalie, yes, wine leads to snacking. So JB, I love that. I'm on number 2. There won't be a 3. And I have people in my family that their second marriage was way better than the first one. I think Dan and I are just pretty compatible. We're different. We're very different in some regards. We're pretty compatible. There are actually pictures of him on my wall in my office. So I look up at him and I'm like, I see him as an 11-year-old and I see him as a full-grown man. But, oh, Leah. Making art journals, I would say when you get product and you're doing your first thing on a designer team, you just keep it simple and be yourself. Because if you got invited to be on any kind of design team, they like you. They want you. And so do what feels good to you, right? At least that's what I tend to do, right? I mean, I've not really ever done the design team thing, but, I work with other brands besides Simon. I work with Gina K Designs, Concord and Ninth, Waffle Flower, Colorado Craft Company, and their company, or when I get stuff from those companies, I always think, how can I work within my parameter style and what I like to do, right? And, create something. And I really do like this card. Can you see the shine? I don't think it's showing up, but, yes, indeed. 30 years together, not married. Gina, I like that. I love that. And that's the thing too, young people coming up, like it's interesting to hear my daughter talk about how relationships are viewed now. And I mean, it's, there's still obviously very traditional things, but there's also untraditional things, right? And being partners can sometimes look different than being married. So yes. I will let you know if Dan likes the card. Maybe I'll get him to hold it up and I'll share it to my Instagram story. He'll do things when I ask him, but not all the time. Are there any other questions I can answer for you all today? I am going to go back to my main camera and see behind, wait, see all that pretty glowy stuff back there? Isn't that nice? This has been great for me today because I feel really comfortable. It's been really nice to have this time to go live. I will do after I shoot the card, I'll do the behind the scenes one and then I'll post it to my Instagram as a reel or something because, apparently you got to make reels now on Instagram. I don't know. It's hard to know. Oh, Diane, that's so interesting. Yeah, I think common law. I mean, I should tell Dan, okay, honey, I want to get divorced for our anniversary and let's have a common law marriage. He'd probably be fine with it. He'd be fine with it. In fact, I will leave you with this story. Years ago, the night before we were going to get married, and I think I'll bring a visual in so you can have that little visual. There we are. Years ago, the night before we were going to get married, I was very, very worried about everything because anxiety, had it my whole life, overthinker, prime, whatever. Dan's learned to manage that, and I've learned to manage it well as well. So, and I said to him, all these things are going to go wrong, and what are we going to do? And he says, the catering could suck. The weather could turn. Everything could go wrong tomorrow. Everything. Like, you know, maybe you trip and fall as you're going down the aisle. Everything could go wrong. He said, but at the end of the day, I will be married to you. And that's all that matters. So that leave you with that little sweet story from a sweet man and a good upstanding person on the planet who does his part to just be a good person. And I appreciate it. So, take an updated photo. You know, we could. I have a lot of sweatshirts. So I just wanted to thank you, Silver Granny. Well, I'll pitch it to him and see what happens. But thank you so much for being here for my live stream. A reminder, I do have a premiere coming on Friday at noon Central. I will be in here typing away during the video. It's fun. There is one glitch in that I had the wrong mic chose when I was recording because I'm playing it back and I'm thinking, why doesn't that sound like it usually does? It's still fine, but it's not perfect. Yeah, I appreciate you for being here. If you can, hit that like button. YouTube may recommend it to other crafters who don't know me, and then they get to know me. And thank you for hanging with me to watch this. If you're watching on replay, I want to thank you as well. Some of these videos are long and rambly, and not all of them are like this on my channel, but my weekly live stream is definitely a place where that happens. So I hope you all have a great evening. I am going to prepare for my evening out. Yes, I have to wear a bra, but the wine is going to make up for it. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.